We are live. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Hello.
How we doing?
Not too bad, you?
Okay.
Excellent. We have another guest
So-
coming. I'm not sure if he's here yet. He's not here yet.
Not yet, no.
So we've got the quiz up there shortly. Probably a little game bingo.
I'm sorry?
That's all right. I'm hijacking your channel.
Right. Well, we just got done with a fun event over on the Here Fishy show. Had fun. Now we dragged our Andrew over here now afterwards, and let's go ahead. Arnold, go ahead and let's see who all we got in chat here. Okay.
Yep. All right. Let's have a look. First off was Jeff Kane.
Hello, Jeff. Welcome.
We've got Gord.
Hello, Gord. Welcome.
Shane was in.
Hello, Shane. Is the link working for you, Shane?
He's just put 2 seconds, so he should be with us very shortly.
Oh, sure. Take your time. That's fine.
We've got Mandy, Tommy,
Hey, Tommy.
Keith.
Hey, Keith. How you doing, mate?
What else we got? Bobby, Tan, Chili, and Coy.
Hello. That's Shane's brother.
Shane's brother, yeah.
Yes. Welcome, my friend.
Who else we got? Tommy, Keith Coyhaven,
Hello, Maureen.
Sandy.
Hello, Sandy. Oh, my goodness. It's great to see you.
We've got Rebecca.
Hello, Rebecca.
We've got Binoski.
Benoxky, hello.
We have Nathan Hovey.
Oh, Nathan. Hey, Nathan. How you doing, my friend?
We've got Gil.
Hello, Gil. How you doing, mate?
We've got Shady Grady.
Hello, Shady Grady. How you doing, Mike?
We've got Squeak Acres Koi Farm.
Christine, hello. Welcome.
We've got Mark Stelson.
Good day, Mark.
And that is us caught up in chat.
Well, welcome, everybody, to the Around the World Fish Keeping live stream. We got a special guest.
I can go now.
Two special guests this
I can
evening.
go.
Our first special
I can
guest
go
is...
now.
What's that?
I can go now.
Oh, no, you just got here. You're not going nowhere. You see, we have my right-hand man, Arnold. We have my left-hand man, Andrew. And I'm the
okay.
and I have no arms anymore. Right. Okay. Well, we do have a bit of a topic. It was kind of we're just basically a get together and talk. But I did put this together because we have Shane's coming here. He also has another channel. He has 2 channels. One is Hertz Koi, and the other channel is Tanks and Fish, and he has a tropical tank. So I'll pop that up there. We're just going to be talking about koi ponds and tropical fish. It's always fun thing to talk about.
Certainly is.
And Shane will be joining us momentarily, but we have Andrew here who actually has both koi and tropical fish. And now, I wanted to ask you, I never did ask you this question, Andrew. As long as I've known you, I don't think I've ever asked this question. What did you own first? The outside fish, the koi and the goldfish, or did you have tropical?
No, when I was about 10, 11, my father bought me tropical fish.
Okay.
It was tropical fish that I started off with. I only got into goldwater fish, goldfish, when I was in my 20s. So, but I've had goldfish on and off throughout my life.
And now you prefer goldfish.
Yeah, Anybody want an angelfish or, you know? I'm waiting for the cry of "No, you're not" from downstairs. Yeah, we've got the goldfish. None of those seem to have started breeding yet, but I have heard that the goldfish are a little bit late again this year, like they were last year. But we've had there you go, fish lady, no chance. But yeah, we've started breeding guppies. So we've got the koi. We've got some nice snowflake ones. So
Oh yeah, she's still
I mean,
here.
they seem to be. Yeah, they seem to be.
I'm going to lend this to Donna. She's going to keep a close eye on you.
Oh yes, but the guppies, they seem to be, you know, you don't really have any difficulty with the breeding. They just breed. For the past 12 months, we virtually haven't had any sales of fish. I mean, the shrimp had, as you know, Jeff, the shrimp had basically just come to a standstill, but we'd had the tank temperatures cooler. So those tanks have now been sorted, and hopefully we're going to get some sales from shrimp soon.
Oh yeah.
If I sound to be talking a bit on the weird side, because I've had a few beers before this.
Hey, it's Saturday night, man. You can relax and enjoy yourself, right?
I've just been relaxed for what, 10 days?
Yes, it's a relaxing evening. We're just gonna, but you know, the shrimp. I bet my shrimp have been dwindling down themselves because I had that scud problem, and then I've been adding all the fish in there to try to catch. You know, to eat the baby shrimp along with the scuds. So
yeah.
You know, they're getting the job done, but they're cleaning everything else out too. So I'm just gonna let them go, and then when I go back, I'll just start over again with my shrimp. But I'm sure I won't have any problem getting another colony booming right away. So I'm not going to worry about it. I can worry myself to death over this kind of stuff, but I'm not going to let that bother
so
me.
While we're away, Donna's, we've got the complex, and Donna's had some. There were some eggs when we left, and we've still got some babies left. So there's now even more in the cave. So
are those the bristle nose?
Yeah. So looking forward to that. We just need the green dragons to spawn.
Oh, how are they doing anyway?
They're doing great. Yeah,
I love the green dragons.
I did see that our LFS had some dragon guppies, and they look nice. And I'm tempted to go down there and have a look, see what they've got.
She's asking you how frequently do yours spawn, your bristle nose? Or she's asking the fish lady that.
Yep.
Well, we haven't really had much spawning from the bristle nose for quite a while. But we've made quite a lot of changes to the tanks. So hopefully now that they should spawn more frequently. Maybe I should just get Donna to come up here and talk to you, and I'll disappear.
You're staying right where you are, Andrew.
Right.
Mine will breed as much as I leave them together, pretty much. But if there's not enough males in the tank, one will get just burned out. I mean, the females will just breed them to death. So
yeah, the ones that they've got are a new import. The guppies, the blue metal dragon guppies. So
hello, Shane.
And they're sold as breeding pairs.
Hi, Shane.
How are we doing?
Hi,
you
Shane,
met-
how you doing,
You
mate?
met each other, Andrew and Shane. Have you met each other?
Nope.
Nope.
First time.
Well, right. But you've had how many? You'd have had babies already though with your bristle nose.
Yeah. Yeah, but we've had issues. We had babies last year, but we had issues with survival. And we tried all sorts, putting courgettes in, and they just didn't survive. Don't know
You know
why.
what I found for the survival rate, and this is going to sound different. What I do is I put them in a confined area, like a breeder box. Nothing very big, maybe like this. Hook onto the tank, because what happens is they starve to death.
Yeah.
If you put them in even a 40-liter tank, they're not going to be able to find the food enough, and they're so small they have to eat a lot of food. And before I learned that, years ago when I did that, my bristle nose babies kept dying, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. Everybody's saying that how easy they are. And when I finally started using the breeder box, put some of the crushed canned green beans in there, or some rapashi, and once they get to about 3/4 of an inch, I just let them go in the tank, and they're fine after that.
Yeah. I mean, the tank that we've got them in now, they're there's just a bristle nose in there. Before we had angels in there as well, so it's possible that the angels have been picking them off.
Possible.
Yeah. So, but now it's just a species only tank. It's our Debs.
Yes, hello, Debs.
Marie.
Shrimple, hello, Marie. Oh, it's Marie. Hello, Marie.
And you got Skull Aquatic.
Hello, Curtis, my friend. How you doing? Good to see you.
And you got Ellie Fish Tank.
Hello, that's David, if I'm not mistaken. Elfish, is that? If I'm getting your name wrong, let me know in the chat, okay?
Yeah, we're all caught up now, Jeff. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Sorry about that. I was just here he is, Elfish. I think his name's Dave, but I mean we don't have to call people by their first names. But I try to do that, if I know them. So, but yeah, what I do with my bristle nose though, Andrew, is I will put them in a breeder box, and I'll do that. I'll just leave them in there for maybe a month and feed them.
Well, we have done that before. But like I say, last year we just overstocked the tanks on, there were angels in there and everything. To be honest, you can't breed anything when you've got angels in there, except angels.
Yeah. Yeah, the angels will pick those little babies off pretty easily.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But anyway, what I'm going to do right now is, being that we have two people here who keep both koi and tropical fish, which is Shane and Andrew, I figured I'd go ahead and let you guys talk about koi, and then when we get to the tropical side of it, we can just continue on. How does that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, obviously, I don't know how many ponds you've got, Shade, but I've just got one single pond in the garden. At the moment with about 10 koi.
So we're looking at main pond 1, which is just under 4,000 liters.
Yeah.
Fry pond just under 2,000. Fry tank 1 is 1,200, and in the process of building grow on pond 2. So yeah, we're getting there. We've got 250 fry on pre-order. So that's going to be fun times. But I reckon at the moment we're probably sitting on about 35 koi.
Yeah. Whereabouts are you in the UK?
Hertfordshire.
Right. basically the border for Wales, aren't you?
Yeah, just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little wee bit from Wales. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
Well, probably about
sorry,
3 hours away.
I'm just trying to log into my CCTV. So we were discussing before we went live. I lost quite a large fish called koi, which has been to roads a mile away. Obviously, the temperature's warmed up and they've gone into breeding mode.
Yep.
And one of them jumped out onto the netting, and obviously passed away.
Yeah, it's never good when they do that. What I'll be doing is, once that mine go into the breeding stage, is, you can get the chrome wall attachments for like the floating shelves.
Yeah,
I'll be putting those around and then putting some perspex around them. So not only does the net will be lifted off the ground a little bit, so it gives them that extra little bit of movement if they do want to, without, so it doesn't really damage them. But it's also like creating a jump guard.
So this is my garden. Obviously, the pond in the middle.
Yeah.
And obviously the koi are in there. And what I've used is just the white PVC tubing, plumbing tubing, with the net tied to it, and that's just laid down. But if you can see, if I can, is my cursor showing? Yeah. Yep. So just here is where they're getting through. They're jumping up. So they jump over and land onto here, and obviously can't escape. So while I've been away, they've obviously been lost too.
So yeah, what I would suggest with that would be, if it's on where you put the cursor the second time, if that's not actually part of the pond, put in some kind of 2B2 or something like that just over that section, just so it weighs it down, so when they do jump, they're not actually pushing the net up. So therefore it should stop that from happening, because obviously what's happening is, as they're jumping, they're lifting the net up, and then when the net comes back down, it's trapping them.
Yeah, they've just got no way of escaping the netting at all once they've jumped. I mean, we don't have I've got the netting. The netting was put on to obviously avoid herons or avoiding cats. Yep. And to be honest, the netting has done more damage than if I probably left it open.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
What netting is it? Just normal debris?
It's just garden netting.
Yeah, I've got the predator and the predator netting over two of mine.
Yeah.
Which seems to do okay.
Yeah, I mean, the netting's done fine. We went away, I think it was last year, and we had a jumper that was sort of like August time. So we lost one then, and then we lost obviously two this time. So the netting we lost 3 fish because of the netting. But yeah, so at the moment there's about 9 or 10 koi in there. They're quite small, probably about.
What type you got?
I ain't got a clue, mate. They're just assorted. So they're about 6 to 7 inches in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old are they? Do you know?
I'm not. I honestly don't know. All I know is that they came from Egypt.
Right. Okay.
Oh, the koi came from Egypt?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you're looking at about 18 cm, 15 to 18 cm. I'd say potentially. I would say possibly going into Nisai. So that would be about 2 years.
Yeah.
Depending on their genes.
Mm.
Obviously, you know, I've got a just over knee size, and that's sitting at about 56, 57 cm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she'll be ready for breeding. She'll be ready for breeding next year.
Yeah, I mean, we used to have underwater camera in there, but we did alterations to the garden, and as yet haven't managed to put one back in.
Yeah.
But,
see, I've got mine here at the moment, but there's no point putting that in the pond at the moment at night time because it doesn't have a built-in flash.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I've got will be tied to the CCTV, so yeah, so I can view at any time. But no, I've got what you've got. I've got a DJI action camera. What's here?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So I've just used that in roads, swimming under the sea, and I got some decent footage. So, but obviously you can't leave them under the pond all the time.
No.
Yeah, I mean a couple of years ago we had the underwater camera, and it was nice to watch them under the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, there's one missing, I can't see it, and it's resting behind the camera.
Yes.
so you get into a panic mode with them as well.
Yeah, you get into the panic mode, but then you also start seeing quite a bit of what looks like, you know, fines in the water column, and you're like, oh my god, it's getting dirty. So then you're trying to work out other ways of increasing your filter media, where in fact all you need to do is put a little bit of filter floss or something like that in your filter to get to just to get rid of it.
The filter for it is, I mean, you can't actually see it, but it's here.
Okay.
So there's what are they, like 50, 75 litre tubs. There's two of them, one on top of the other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all hand built, and it just cascades all the way through, and that seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, I might have to fix my little filter because over the last few weeks, last week, I've noticed we seem to be losing a bit of water every few days. We're losing probably 2 to 3 inch.
And I mean, I do lose quite a bit of water to the point now that, I mean, like you say, that, you know, 3 or 4 inches on a daily basis. But I've got an mixer that just comes on and tops the pond up.
Mm-hmm. Have it on like a little trickle fee system.
Yeah, well, she turns on in the morning, and she'll run for about 10 minutes, and then just turn it back off again.
Yeah. So you can get the float switches.
Yeah.
Where if you get like a water butt and then just have the trickle in going into the water butt, so that once water level drops in the pond, it then triggers it from the water butt, and then it pumps it from there. Yeah. Opens it up and then fills it from there, because obviously then if you're filling it up, say 24 hours before it actually drains, as you know, it's going to dechlorinate. Yeah.
Well, the water that I've got that does hit the pond is dechlorinated already through the filters.
Yep.
So I've got water filters.
Would you go for a triple?
Yeah, I think triple. I think I've even got a 4-stage one.
Okay, yeah, the Evolution Aqua 4-stage.
Which reminds me, I need to change the canisters on it.
Yeah, that's the only thing with them. Obviously, you know, it's better if you can get them like the long canister that you just connect to the hose pipe itself.
Hello, Ed.
Obviously, you get more that way. But again, it all comes down to your flow rate as well, I believe.
That's right.
When it comes to them, if you push it too much, it's not really going to do its job.
Yeah, what I've got it'll hit the. Bear with me, because you've got the reverse osmosis cartridge.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes through there, but then it will actually refilter the wastewater as well.
Yeah.
So we're getting sort of like, not double, but you're getting sort of like 75% of the water going through.
I love watching the talk of the filters you use for the outside ponds, like the bog filters, and then you don't use the bog filters too much in the UK, is that right?
No, but there is quite a few people using them.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Yeah, there is quite a few people using them with like the water hyacinths or the irises, your lilies.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've got like your water lettuce and things like that as well, which is quite good for reducing your nitrates as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've got quite a bit of water lettuce in there at the moment. You can't see it. There's a lily in there, but in this area here, it's basically just a shelf it's just loaded with plants in there and iris. So you don't get any water flow there, but plants, obviously, they're helping themselves to whatever's.
Yeah, that's the only thing. When you don't have a lot of water flow there, you can obviously in time give yourself a slight issue, because obviously all the sediment will just sit underneath it instead of it as you blow in. No,
that's right.
Which is always a pain.
Rebecca's saying that I've never saw the bog filters in the UK when I worked in the trade. I used to use bulrushes. I'm not sure what that is exactly.
Yeah,
you can use bulrushes. There's quite a few channels that I speak with that have gone down the route of they've put bog filters on their ponds. Like one of the first channels that I watched for koi, they've got probably one of the most established bog filters I've seen. And so he has his system. He has his system where it goes from the pond through the bog filter, then back through into the into his normal filters, just to really polish it, and then back to the pond. And he does really good with that. But he even puts not just pretty much you can put a lot of plants in there that you wouldn't technically think of. If you really wanted to, you could even just wash off mint and things like that, and potentially put that in a small basket and have that sitting in there. And I know over in the US, you've got a lot of people that are using the fish waste itself and doing like a hydroponic system for like small summer lettuces and things like that. So they're using that as basically as a bog filter, and then it just flows through, drops down, goes through into like another small biochamber, and then back.
I'm just going through the chat here, guys, reading what they're saying here.
Yeah.
Jimmy H. Fishes has joined in the chat. Jimmy, good to see you, my friend. So actually, the bulrushes, that's actually a plant, is that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure what you guys would call it over there, but it's like the tall grass with like the brown.
Oh, cattail.
There you go.
I've seen what Skull was writing here. He says, where was that at here? There it is. Bulrush is similar to a cattail here in the States. Yep, that must be it.
Yes, pretty much.
That's the language I understand, the cattails. We see those in our the big ponds out here quite a bit.
Yeah, it's very similar.
There, okay, yeah. Yep, we get those.
I was wondering because I put it in a bucket and it broke the bucket. Yeah, they will. It's almost the same as never plant a pyrocanthus near a pond, because it will grow so wide it can, depending on, you know, if it will find its way down. If there's a way to get into under the brickwork, it will.
Wow. Wow.
I know that because I had to dig one out of the small pond when I built it, and yeah, it probably took me about 2 weeks to actually get the plant out.
Yucatan sailfish mollies will eat all day. Ooh. You know, I've often wondered about doing. Well, let me see. Well, I mean, a lot of people do like some of the tropical fish out in their tubs in the summertime over here, but I didn't know. I know that Mark Shelley keeps some of his fish and shrimp out all winter long.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he puts a cover over his pond and has it like with some insulation in there, but he doesn't heat it, and it does freeze over. And his fish and shrimp, they'll be alive in the springtime when it thaws. So I was like, I'm not sure exactly what all species he's putting out there, but I know it's the Neocardinas, and then I'm not sure.
So what you can find as well, if they're used to it from a young age, obviously their metabolism could potentially get used to it. Because obviously with the koi, once the temperature gets down past a certain level, their white blood cells kick in basically, and that's why they don't eat.
Kind of like a hibernation mode.
Yeah. That's why here we say if it's under 8 degrees, I won't feed. If the water's under 8 degrees, I won't feed them.
And what's the temperature when you begin feeding?
I'll feed them from little and often every couple of days from 8, 9, and then once it starts getting into 10 and up, then increase as it gets hotter. But the only problem with that obviously is once you start getting into mid-teens, depending on how many you've got and what you're feeding, you could be getting on the filter cleans twice a week, if not 3 times a week, depending on your stock level and what filter you're using. Because the one that I'm using at the moment, I'm going to be in the summertime every few days, so I will be upgrading that one. I was just trying it out as trial and error because I didn't really see much of it. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a whirl, give it a little review. And to be honest, from what it says, it wasn't quite as effective as the numbers on the box.
Mandy's saying here that I do not really have that fear here in Texas. The reason I don't have koi is I was told my region, the pond would have to be at least 6 foot deep to maintain a temperature and not get too hot. It does get hot in Texas. Yes,
there is that, but the other way of doing it as well is once you work out where your afternoon sun is, and then so say you've got you've got a south-facing garden, so therefore it's going to be coming in from the right and setting in the left. Then okay, well I'll put a back cover on the left and over the top more, and I have that actually shaded with like bamboo or something like that, just so that when the hottest sun comes over in the afternoon, they're already shaded. So then you can reduce the impact in which they're actually getting. So therefore you can stop them from actually getting sunburnt. Because believe it or not, koi will get sunburnt.
Oh, I bet.
I've just zoomed in on my pond. The fish are active.
I know they use a lot of shade cloths and stuff like that. I know that also my friend Mark, I mentioned his name before, Mark Shelley, he has above ground pools. He has these big 110-gallon totes or tubs where he's raising up a bunch of his shrimp. And he said the actual black tub absorbs the heat. In other words, he said it was 72 degrees out, but inside of his tub, because it tracks the sunlight and turns the heat, it was over 80 degrees.
Yes, which is why not so much with ponds, but I know for a fact that in like even the colder climate like Alaska, what they'll actually do for inside their greenhouses is they'll get the blue large water tubs, build a system where they've got two above, two below, have them all connected, but then they'll paint them black. Because also what it then does is when the sun goes in there, it warms the tanks up so that at night time when the temperature drops, it's actually still keeping the inside at a warmer temperature as than what it would be. So they kind of use that as a free way of heating inside.
Oh, interesting.
And plus, with all the tanks hooked together in the one large body of water, once it gets heated up, it takes longer for it to cool down.
Yeah, exactly.
So it heats up and then stays warm longer. That is good. Good.
Interesting.
So, Andrew, are you up on all the names of the colors of koi and stuff like that?
Definitely not.
Well, from that video, it even looked to me that was one of them ones that came up. You couldn't quite see it, its true colors, but from kind of like the markings, I would say you've got either a Kajaku in there or a Matsuba.
Nice.
I was talking to Shane last week, Andrew, and there's I think there's a chart we can get that will show us a lot of the basic names and colors of them. It might be worthwhile to I'm interested to get something like that just so I could know.
You can get the bloodline charts. And in fact, Hobbytown, where was it? Because I know for a fact he knows where it is because I bought him some for Christmas.
Eduardo's in the chat. Hello, Eduardo.
Hobbytown is saying I'll send a picture.
Well, he says temperatures are easily maintained with a really great waterfall stream to keep it cooler.
Yes, you can do, and you can also actually, like, you can buy heaters. You can actually buy chillers as well.
You know, it's fascinating thing you mentioned, the chillers. Do you know how long have they been around?
Quite a while.
Yeah.
How long is quite a while?
Well, I'd say between 10 and 15.
10 and 15 years? I had the idea for a chiller back in 1974.
Should have made it, Jeff.
I never acted on it. I was only, just a little boy, but I had that idea because I always thought to myself, okay, we have our tropical tanks here in Michigan, in the United States. We have our heaters. We have, we got all these fish from hot regions. I thought to myself, what do they do down in South America for something that's exotic? Rather than have their own native fish in their tanks, I thought to myself, they wonder if they'd have like our sunfish and our native fish from up here with a chiller. I never did act on it, but I had that idea back then. And I wish it's just one of those things. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have had an idea like that, but just never was in a position or was able to act on it. But I wish I would have. Because it could have been, kind of nice. I didn't mean to get off on that little tangent there, but I just thought that.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I see it. I see that. Just got to move that to there. Move it to there. Obviously, you're not going to be able to see the names because it's quite small.
I invented an automatic smoke machine when my mate got his jaw smashed of his face and couldn't smoke, so I made an automatic machine. Next minute there was thing in the shop. Huh, interesting. Okay, sorry about that. There we are. Let's put you on the big screen if you're able to show that. Let's see.
No, I'm just trying to work it out to actually do it.
Oh, okay.
Go to present down at the bottom.
Yeah, is it share screen or is it just a video
share
file?
How many screens have you got?
2.
Oh, just pop it on second screen that you're not using.
Yeah.
And share that screen.
I just realized also, Arnold, I forgot to change my stream. I have a certain set of stream elements for around the World Fishkeepers, but I forgot to turn the ones from AAA off. Oh well, I'm still a rookie.
Yeah, so there's something I've been working on as well for my channel today. When I do my single lives. Did you know that with your stream elements, you can put a custom command in? So by putting in somebody's name, you can automatically post their link.
Oh wow, that's
Wow.
nice. And you do that using the little tablet.
You can do it just by going ! and then whatever command you create.
Oh yes.
Nice.
So therefore, for mods and everything like that, it's a lot easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying for a little while now. I still haven't got the technology down yet, but I'm trying to get to the point where I can have the talk to speak. In other words, if I do like a project, if I happen to be doing a stream where I'm doing a project where I'm working on one of the tanks or something, and it's just me, I can't see the chat, so people could actually type a message and then it would speak, and I could talk back to them without having to actually look away from what I'm doing to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Text to speech.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up into that for you.
Okay. Because I thought it might be interesting when I get my, well, not that I do it too much anymore. I don't actively breed the African cichlids, but I do capture the females, put them in a breeder box, and stuff like that. That's something I thought that would be interesting back in the beginning, but I don't do so much of that anymore. But I could do other stuff like trimming the plants or any number of.
Also means you don't have to use that magnifying glass all the time until you get glasses fixed.
That too.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I know it. Well, I'm just using my little teeny phone here, so it's like it's a little ways away from me. Yeah.
But yeah, I've posted it down below if anyone want to pull it up. But for some reason, it won't let me pull it through. But obviously, because I'm not the admin.
Oh, go ahead and put it, and I can pin it.
There you go. So that's one of the charts you can get. So that's the A4 chart. Obviously, the writing on them is quite small. So you'd have, if you wanted to actually, be able to read the text quite easy, then you would go with the A3.
Oh, look at that black and white one down there in the first page. It's third from the right in the first page.
That would be either a Shiro Yatsuri or a Shiro Beko.
Ooh.
That's probably what the two black and white ones are both together.
Yeah, I like the one that's to the right. It's got a little more definition, it looks like.
That to me would be, by the amount of writing, I'd say that's the Yatsuri.
Oh, okay. I like that. Really nice.
Yeah, I am thinking at some point getting some of these and potentially doing a giveaway as well at some point and having that as the prize.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
What, the actual pages or the fish?
The actual pages. I think it'll cost me quite a bit of money, Andy, unless I go through my stock levels to see how many of those I actually have. But I know for a fact I don't have any Kiyatsuri if Maureen's still watching. Because she's after a Kiyatsuri. Oh, it's a Beko Komodo. Okay. I wasn't far off with the Beko.
Beko Komodo?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. The one that I was talking about, the first page on the left, it's the third one from the right.
Yeah, so obviously he's got the pages in front of him, so if I can't actually see what the writing is, he can just look at them. So that's always a plus.
Mandy says, I'm all caught up on chat now. Can we start over so I can pay attention? LOL. I'm with you. I'm the same way.
Mandy's just after bingo.
I see. Right.
So yeah, what I was thinking was more, what I thought I saw in Andy's would have been. It's hard to see on the picture, but I would say possibly page 2, left-hand side. 1, 2, 3, fourth down.
Fourth down. Oh, I
something like that. I would say from what I saw in the image. Obviously, it's harder to see them at night time because you can't truly see their colors. But if you've got a like orange and silver, like a gunmetal grey, then that predominantly would be a Kajaku. Where if you've got the white and orange, then you'd have a Kahaku.
Yeah, what I'll probably have to do is to whip them out of the pond and photograph them.
Do you use the koi control app?
No.
Yeah, so you can use the koi control app. So if you're measuring them, things like that, you can put them into there. You can put in your pond volume in there as well. And if you ever need to salt or anything like that, it will give you a percentage of how much salt you need for your pond.
Right.
Craig is 11 subs away from 2K. If you haven't subbed to Craig, hit that sub button.
Craig,
he's doing great.
You've got 2K. I want at least 1K.
Yeah, I would love 1K.
Yeah, and so everybody
I think we all would.
1K, yeah, just you've got your 2K or nearly 2K. Yeah, you'll get there. But me, Jeff, and Arnold, and obviously Shane, we'd like to get to 1K.
I'd like to get the 500 first.
You're not there yet.
Definitely.
I'm not even at 300. I think I'm like 257.
Oh,
that's criminal. That's criminal.
Do something about that.
Yeah.
Jeff says it's criminal.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not sort of like knocking Arnold here, but both me and Jeff were streamed for 18 months together.
More than that. It was almost 2 years. Yeah.
December 2012, I think it was, when we first started streaming.
21, right? 21. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, 21, yeah.
I think it was like November, wasn't it? November?
It was the end of November, December,
when
we started. And both of us have just promoted other channels all the time.
That's what I do.
Not worrying about hours,
No, exactly that.
We've seen these people, they've took off, they've gone, and both me and Jeff we just carry on.
Yeah. And then that's exactly what I do. As Jeff's seen him when I do my random lives, I'm always go and check this one, check that one. I'm always more for helping others than worrying about myself. Yeah.
That's exactly that sums Shane up to a T right there. It's exactly what he does, and I think that in kind we got to try and and do the same thing for you too, because
And we will do, yeah.
oh, definitely, absolutely.
So I've just been told these will be going in the koi house.
Oh, nice.
Well, kind of makes sense, really, doesn't it, Dean? Really, think about it. We won't go into the future announcement, but
I wonder how possible it would be to make copies of those. I mean, without having to actually buy.
They would be hard because they're on laminate.
Oh, I see. Yes.
But
we got the link for
I
Shane.
can find them online where you can potentially do it.
If someone could please drop Shane's link in the chat, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, it depends on which one you want to chat to. If you want it for the koi channel, then yeah.
Well, we have 2 channels. We have both. He has 2 channels. He has the Hertz Koi, and then he also has Tanks and Fish. He has a tropical tank, so he does both the koi and the tropical fish now too. So
I'll tell you what, though, on my tropical tank, on a random note, Arnold, that substrate,
Yeah.
water is crystal this evening.
Yeah.
ooh, what kind of substrate was it?
It was the Tetra Complete.
Yeah.
Obviously, it gets a little bit sticky on your arms when you're pouring it in, because you get all the dust and the substrate soil floating. So as you're putting your arm in and out, filling the bucket up, you get it literally all up and down your arm.
Like duckweed.
But yeah, it's good. It's definitely cleared it up an absolute treat.
That's good then.
I still get a couple of plants where they pulled the Acaras have pulled the plants out. So where I showed you the picture where it's a little bit deeper at the front.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna move it from where I had it in front of the rock and move it more in the front and just really bury them.
Yeah.
Hello, Melvin. Melvin is in the building.
Hello, Melvin. Melvin is in the building.
We have a question here from Freshwater Ichthyology. I am curious on the opinion of butterfly koi. I don't like them, and seems like most koi people don't. Those are the long fin ones, right?
Yes, they are the long things. I personally like them. If you've got the odd 1 or 2 in your pond,
yeah,
it makes for something nice to look at. Do you want to pull down that screen so we can all get back into the largest picture?
Yes, there we are. And I'm also going to take this. I'm going to take this little rolling banner down and give us a little extra room as well.
So yeah, for the odd 1 or 2,
there we go.
1 or 2 butterfly or longfin, depending on where you are. I personally like one. I've got a Ginrin Tancho shower that is a butterfly, and yeah, it's not too big. Again, it's probably between 24 and 26 centimeter. It's only got small gene. Like, it's not gonna be a big butterfly, but it definitely adds a little bit of context within the actual pond itself. And it definitely catches your eye. How do you feel on them, Andy? You find them? You got a subject on them, or do you mind them?
What, man?
Yeah, with the butterflies.
To be honest, with koi, I'd prefer to have any, to be honest with you. I think they just look stunning, the whole lot. I mean, I watch your channel, Vince's channel, and yeah, I just love like the different mixes you can get, and then the long fancy names and everything. Love it.
Vince didn't really care for him too much when I talked to him about it.
Oh, a butterfly koi to Vince is an abomination, because technically,
that's what he said.
it is a
The
mutation.
exact word. That's exactly what he called him, as an abomination.
Yeah, but then again, Jeff, if you look back on his videos, he said he would never own a Sankey. But yeah, he's brought one back from New Forest. So give it time. I'm sure he'll come round.
Historically, I tend to stick with the short fin, the normal configurations. But you know what? Though I've seen the butterfly koi, and I think they're pretty with the the long fins and actually nice looking fish for koi. But for tropical fish like the bristle nose, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong, everybody. I just, for my own personal taste, I prefer the shorter fin fish. As far as like bristle nose plecos and stuff, it seems like they can tend to get tattered a little bit. If they get brushed up against some hardscape or something that.
Yeah. So Laser was saying, hanging out with koi nerds, he's learned that showers are very desirable. They can be. So you normally tend to find your main ones for showing would be either your showers or your kahakus. They're like your predominant ones that you would see at a show. I prefer koi betas.
Yep.
Well, that's what we were talking. We were also talking last week. It's really interesting because now they have light bearers that have a lot of the koi colors, like the Sankey. They got the black and white, like the black and white sword tails.
They're basically just the different colors, and obviously now people are starting to learn more of the koi names. They'll be like, well, let's just name it a Shiro, or let's name it a Kahaku style, just so they can get that in on the koi tax, as we call it. In it.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Shows at Crenny Koi are going for about £7,000 for 36 cm.
Wow.
For what type of koi was that?
That's for a shower.
Wow.
How come those are so expensive?
That will be because they're coming from, obviously, direct from Japan. So they would be coming from a high bloodline. So they've probably got good sumi pattern, good solid sumi. Which obviously, for those that don't know, the sumi is the black on the koi.
Okay.
So if it's got a nice clean edge, nice and solid, it's not leaking into the next color.
Oh, I like that. I like that. I seen one. It looked like almost like an orca. It was just the black and white was just like right next to each other, and there's no bleeding into either one. It was just like they painted it on.
Yeah, where it's really solid.
Yeah,
that's where you get it. That would be if it obviously getting black and white, unless it's you see the red on it. Right? It'll be your Shiro variety, and to get something like that, you're probably looking at something from, I would say, Omasako, which is who is pretty much the most known for producing the top end quality when it comes to the Shiro Yatsuri.
there's a lot to learn with the koi. I tell you, interesting.
Well, yeah, just in one region in Japan, there's over 200 breeders. Just in that one Nagata section.
Wow, that's crazy.
Is there a breed of koi or a type of koi with black and yellow that way?
Black and yellow. So that would be, again, it would be a Yatsuri.
Okay.
But that would be a Ki Yatsuri.
Oh.
Obviously, Ki meaning the yellow, and the He is the red. So when you see the red and black in that pattern, that's a He Yatsuri.
Oh, okay. A lot of interesting looking koi there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So filtration wise on a large pond, or what ponds you've got, what kind of filters do you run?
So my ones are on the small pond, they're sponge. Just large sponges. You could put on a biomedia if you're using something like K1, which is your really small, little circles that you put in. aerate them, and then as they're churning, the water's going through them, trapping the dirt, and then from there it goes through into that way. Some people would use jack matting as well, which is basically like a woven plastic. If you actually look at a sheet of it, it's like literally strands of plastic melted together into a block, which they've been using in Japan for years.
Yeah.
Some people use predator netting.
Okay.
You know, there's also, you can use all sorts. I've even seen bottle lids being used.
Wow.
You know, you just cut a little holes in the bottle lids and then just chuck them in.
Yeah.
As long as you've got surface area in which the bacteria can actually sit on and get trapped, it can be used.
Interesting.
Now, is that like the moving bed filter? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, you got the moving bed. You can get a static bed. You know, you've got Easy Pod that I'll be putting on up there, which is basically a moving bed. I believe
that Stubbs was talking about K1 and stuff like that he uses.
Yeah.
K1.
So a lot of people would use K1 in like a set, even like in a sump.
Mm-hmm.
You could literally build a sump on it.
Yep.
And then just have that filled with K1. And then
I wouldn't mind trying a sump pump or a sump filter in one of my tanks in here, just to be fascinating, because you can do a lot with them.
Well, yeah, you can do a lot with them. You know, like Arnold said before, when you're looking down the line of the saltwater tanks, you can do something similar with a tropical. I would have believed so anyway, where you could just use, like, again, a little bit of the koi industry with like the lava rock.
Yeah.
Putting that into the sump, so when the water comes through, it goes through the lava rock to then use that as a
biological filtration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had lava rock in the past, and it really is quite good. I used to use it on the inside as decor even, and it'll still retain a lot of the biological bacteria.
Yeah.
Beneficial. Yep.
It's very handy stuff.
Oh, it looks good too. It's great for shrimp, because a lot of the little food particles get into the little porous things, and they like to pick at that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's interesting to know, because I've got 15 kilo of it. Still,
wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what you wanted, some. Shush, Dino. Shush.
So I take it on your koi pond, you are over filtering.
Trying to overfilter, yeah. I'm trying to get at least like 3 times.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get like triple the filtration on it. Obviously, my brother's at the moment designing his own little backy shower system using 3 boxes that he's got from the bar. So yeah, hopefully we can come up with that, and it's going to be like a sieve as well. So I don't know if you guys have used this stuff before, but hang 1 second.
Cheers.
I don't have anything.
Very drunk one, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got his fish tank water now.
Oh no. Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. This is it.
So it's like a 0.5 kind of mesh. If you remember on Mal's last video, where he puts some kind of meshing on the bottom of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Very similar to that, I think.
Yeah.
And it's 2 meters long by 1 meter wide, and you can pick it up on Amazon for £6.50.
Oh,
Okay.
And it's quite robust stuff. You know, it's quite heavy duty. I'd say it's 0.5. So if you come to think about it, like breeding or anything like that, depending on what you're breeding, it could pretty much stop it going through it. But what we're going to plan on doing is putting that into the filter, so all the fines and the detritus would stick onto a section of this on the angle, and then it will clean the water through, and then it will drop down into the lava rock and then return back into the pond. So it's just like an extra polisher, really.
be easy to clean. Also, you can just pull that right out.
Pull it right out, wash it.
Slide it right back in.
Yeah. Or you can make up 2 or 3 of them if you really wanted to. So you can literally just pull one out, wash it, pull it out to dry, and literally just slotting a fresh one. Because
so on your you've got like a grow tank, haven't you, for your koi?
Oh, you mean the 160 litre tank, the 4 footer?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what filter are you using on that one?
That's running on a Fluval 307.
Oh, okay.
So that's running on the 307 and a extra large sponge filter.
So do you find that you have to clean that out?
You do anyway. At least once a week.
Yeah.
Oh, you clean the canister out once a week? Wow.
So I suppose there's a lot of bio load in there with koi. Yeah.
Hence why I put the large sponge filter in there as well, just to give them that extra bit.
Yeah.
Same with goldfish, though. They're quite get a lot of waste from goldfish.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I mean, the 4 foot tank I've got. It's running on 4 under gravel filters, and then canister filter as well.
Both.
Yeah.
Your brother's asking who cleans them. LOL.
Yeah, both. Yeah, he says who cleans them, but yet last time all he done was actually clean the glass. You want to play that game, bro?
Ding ding ding.
Round 1.
Yep. So do you run UVs on your ponds at all?
On the 2 ponds, yes.
Yeah.
I've got an 11 watt on the small pond and a 30 watt on the main pond.
Okay, yeah.
And I've also got a 15 watt there.
Okay.
Which was going to go in the koi house, but we're not going to actually get a great deal of UV rays.
No.
So that's going to be sat there until I find a use for it.
Oh, one moment. I have one little announcement to make to Melvin. Melvin, it's confirmed now. We have Memorial Day is on Monday. I'm shipping your fish out on Tuesday. That will be the 28th. I think the 27th. Today's the 25th, I think. Yeah, the 27th, 28th. Next Tuesday, they're on the way. That's done and dusted. They'll be on the way, and it'll take, they say usually 1 to 3 days, but sometimes it's going to be up to 4 days. So sometime between Wednesday and Saturday, those fish will be arriving. And I'll send you the tracking number once they drop them off at the post office. Just to let you know, they're on the way this coming week.
Yeah, Arnold, we'll have to have a chat, man, about them at the Akaras and all.
my cars are just bred as well.
See, another thing I'm thinking about with that mesh.
Yeah.
If I can make it where it's quite rigid, I could technically use it as where I can push it into the substrate and then lean it against the glass.
Yeah.
So then potentially you could use them as a way for using, like, for your angels to lay their eggs on, or the Akaras to lay their eggs. You know, anything that likes to lay the eggs on something.
Yeah.
You could do it like that. And if I can get them to work correctly with the way I'm thinking, I'll have to send you a couple of prototypes.
Definitely.
Give them a test out.
Yeah.
Because it'll be surprising on what you can actually make them out of, because it's literally a light bulb right now.
Yeah.
I've got an exact idea of what I'm thinking. In fact, I'm going to message the brother and just say, Dean, just say yay or nay in chat.
I know I've asked this question a few times about you guys over in the UK. I know that your distance from Andrew is quite a ways, Arnold.
Yeah.
Now, how far are you in relation to Shane's area?
Oh, we're the same.
You're in the same area?
No, what I'm saying, if you triangulate it, the distance between Shane and Arnold will be the same from myself to Arnold.
Oh, so you guys are spread out. Oh, okay.
We are spread out, yeah.
It's amazing how spread out a lot of the channels we have on here. I mean, we have, and then Daniel is where he's a long ways. He's in what?
We don't bother about Daniel.
He's near Scotland. He's near Scotland, I think.
He's in Scotland, yeah.
So yeah, you got Scotland. Obviously, you've got Adam as well, that up in Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah. It's amazing because I mean, the total square acreage, I mean, almost to the acre of the UK is the same as the state of Michigan, Upper and Lower Peninsula.
Yes.
And it's amazing how the distances you guys are spread out over there. It's just amazing. I mean, I don't.
Strangely enough, we've got Scotland. We've got people in Scotland. We've got people in England, but there's very few in Wales.
I know of a few.
There's what you call it. It's changed its name, Mountain Aquatics now. He's over in Wales.
Yeah, you've obviously got MBK as well. My boy's Coy. He's just recently moved to Wales. Obviously, you got Lee Hadfield as well. That's in Wales. He's in Swansea. And obviously, there are quite a few on the Koi side that are down there.
Yeah.
Trying to think of some of the other channel names. Obviously, you got Mike. Can't remember the channel. If more
like you're saying, isn't OMC in Wales?
YouTube isn't the best representative.
No.
And Craig's from Scotland, I think he said. Pop wore the kilt and all.
So Shane, I gather you run a Tempest.
Yes, I run the Tempest on the small pond, which they're rated up to 5,000 liters.
Wow. So
I'm running. Normally, you'd run them beside a easy pod, which will take. Again, it takes a bio load to get its good level. They recommend a bio load of 5,000 per hour.
Wow.
But a lot of people will run it either slightly over, depending on their stock levels. But if they do that, then they would run it through a Tempest, or they would have it returning from there up into a backy shower and then running it through 3 tiers of media before it returns back.
Okay. Right. It's similar to what Vince has done, really, isn't it?
Well, Vince's homemade upflows are basically tempests.
Yeah.
Basically, what a tempest is, it is an upflow filter.
Yeah.
So your waste goes in from the bottom, filters up through the media, and then returns from the top. Which the good thing with that is, if you put in one of them onto a backy, then you're coming straight in. Your outlet is at the top, so you can just put a straight piece of tube, 1.5 inches, straight across into your spray bar.
Yeah.
You haven't got to come up and across and then up and across or anything like that and lose pressure. You're keeping that pressure in a straight line.
Okay. Nice.
So 5,000 liter comes to 1,320 gallons, Curtis says.
Yeah, per hour on the Tempest.
Wow. That's a powerful filter. Wow.
And they're only about 4 foot tall and about 10 inches wide.
Now Vince, when he runs his, he runs everything on air, doesn't he? Or does he do it?
You can run them on air, yeah. You can get air attachments for them. That's only for cleaning.
Oh, for cleaning, okay.
So when you've got them in there normally, they just rumble on the flow. And then once you actually come to clean them, then you can put an attachment on it where you can connect your air line and just boil them for 20 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on how bad it is. You do that a few times just to really clean it out, and then turn the tap back off, open your gate valves, fill it back up, and then you just get your dechlorinator or whatever, and then just top the pond up.
What type of dechlorinator do you use?
I'm pretty much the same as Andy there with the 3-stage. So I'll be using the 3 stages, or at some point I would like to get one of the long canister. Because they're weighted. So it's a case of once you connect it up and you've got the flow set, you can leave it on the side and carry on doing a couple of other bits and not.
Oh, and that dechlorinates the water.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
It's got all your filters and everything inside it.
I use a product called Safe. It's just like a powder that.
Yep.
One of the containers I have treats up to 60,000 gallons. I mean, I have 2 of those, so it's probably going to last me for, probably 10 years.
I'm trying to remember which one it is. Is it sodium bisulfate or something like that? You can also use as well as a dechlorinator.
Yeah, I think that might be it might be the product itself. I know it's Seachem Safe is what I use. I'm not sure exactly what the active ingredient is. I should probably look at the container sometime, but I just use the little metal spoons for the tanks. I just do it when I do my water changes. Or when I start a new tank up, I'll use some of that to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
So food for your koi. What product do you and Andrew use then for your koi? Is that expensive? Expensive food, because they must get through quite a lot when they get to a big size.
Well, what are you feeding yours on at the moment, Andrew?
It's a mixture that I've done. The food I've got from herons.
Oh, from herons?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of that stuff's predominantly made by Coppens.
I don't know who makes their stuff.
You've used the heron food before, haven't you, Arnold?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's good stuff. Very good stuff.
Hello, Lori. Well, Lori's hello there, Monster Fish Gal.
So a lot of mine at the moment are going through quite a lot of Takasumi. So the fry are on Junior Premium, which is only 2 to 3 mil. Obviously the grow tank's on the 2 mil because I want to get them eating more often because they'll have 4 or 5 feeds a day because they're in the tank. They're in 20 degrees, even not even heated, because they're in the conservatory. They get in 20, 21 degrees at the moment. So you can imagine how hungry they're getting. So from then they go out and they'll go on to the next size up, pretty much, until they go to like the main pond and they're on 6 mil.
Okay.
Shane, here you go. Shane, if you have ever unfortunate to come to Florida, you are invited to swim with my kois anytime. I have exactly my eyes are so bad, even with this I can't see it.
Exactly my pond set up, just like you have mentioned. Nice.
You're number 5. So, Eduardo, you swim with your koi?
Some people do, yeah.
Wow, that would be cool.
I have had to get into the pond before when I've had like a pump moved or the airlines moved and things like that, and you have to get in there or something like that, or you put a brick on the side, which is I don't recommend.
Not with a liner. No.
I know Rusty Wessel, he's a big tropical fish guy down in Kentucky. He's got a big koi pond, and he swims with his koi.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite a large pond he's got. It's interesting. That'd be cool. I wouldn't want to do it with the cichlids, though. They'd be attacking you.
Well, I've had a dip in my pond.
Especially when moving, pumps, airline issues, rock changes, or adding additional plants. Exactly that. I've had to get in there before, but luckily I built mine with a little ledge just under 2 foot. So when I need to get in, I've got that little step to go down onto, and then lower my rear onto that, and then lower myself in. I'm not just dropping straight into 4 foot. So I can basically, like you do with the fish, you climatize them before you put them in. I climatize myself before I get in the pond.
I'll be down Chile and koi. Fish with Carl YouTube swims with koi at Cuttlebrook.
Yes,
he has.
So how much aeration do you have to, how much aeration do you have in your individual ponds?
Well, the main pond doesn't have one. It's the aeration it gets is from the 2 returns. The small pond has 60 liters per minute.
Oh wow! Yeah.
When that's turned up to maximum, that's on 60 liters per minute.
Wow.
That's a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's pretty much a jacuzzi when you're looking at just under 1,500 liters.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah.
Shane, babe, before entering, no sulfidel or minimal clothing.
Yeah.
Minimal clothing.
Yep, it's always best to go and get a coldish shower, as cold as you can kind of get it, before you get in there with no chemicals, no soaps. Then go and get in, because then your body's natural temperature is actually colder than what the pond is, so it doesn't feel that bad.
But you have that if you go to the seaside, you go and you first put your feet in the water. Bloody hell, it's cold.
Yeah.
Then you come out for a little bit, but then walk back in, and it doesn't feel that cold.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly the same kind of principle. So I normally sit on the edge.
Yeah.
Get it up to your knees. Leave it as long as you can. Lift them up for 5 minutes, and then you go back in, and you're like, okay, well, I don't feel the difference now.
Yeah.
It's not until you go to that next stage.
Yeah. Find my jewels.
Yeah. they soon disappear.
Yeah.
So going on to the tropical side of things now, you've got a dual Rio 125.
Yes.
And you were talking about the Tetra Complete substrate, or Tetra Active Complete substrate.
No, it's just not the active. It was literally just the complete substrate. That's what it says on it.
Complete, yeah. So what's your future plans for that tank then?
Try and get the plants to properly take hold. I've got little scissors and things like that here as well. When I used to keep the plants in the small tank. So obviously my idea is in time take my cuttings, spread it. Once the time comes where the 160 litre doesn't have koi anymore, and I've deep cleaned it, I've probably got enough of the Tetra substrate left to put in the bottom, and then put a fine gravel over the top of that.
Okay.
Just so it kind of, that's what my thinking, so it kind of traps that kind of substrate in. And then any cuttings I take will then go into the 160. And then eventually the angelfish will go into that one. And then the 125 will predominantly be the Akaro tank.
Okay.
I love the little cars are just beautiful.
Oh, they are. And it turns out I've got one male and 2 females.
Nice. You'll be having fry for sure.
See, because that was the strangest thing. I've had them for like 6 months, nearly a year. Okay. I've never seen the male have his little breeding shake. Never seen him do that. As soon as I put that Tetra one in, I even sent Arnold a little video whilst he was doing it. That substrate wasn't even in the tank 10 minutes, and he's straight up to the female.
Yep.
Giving the shake. So I don't know whether it was the colour of the substrate was stopping him, because he couldn't actually see, because obviously, as you guys have said, they like to move their substrate.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's a darker substrate, do they have issues with actually seeing it to be able to tell how deep it is, to see whether they could actually make that?
Interesting.
Because when you see a lot of the other videos where they have, you'll probably notice that a lot of the substrate is light in color. I haven't really seen an Akara breeding tank with dark substrate.
What color is the substrate in yours, Arnold? I forget.
Mine's silver sand, so it's like a real light color. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I've just got like a pebble, just like a small little pebble, and they go on that. They lay all the eggs on that. But yeah, I think just feeding them high quality frozen food, and maybe give them some live food every now and then. And then
I do need to get some. I have somewhere got a brine shrimp hatchery, one of just a little one like that tall.
Yeah,
I've got one of them. I've got a spare air pump somewhere.
And then when you do your water change, do it slightly cooler next. That will kick them into gear.
Well, I have got the temperature gun, obviously, that I use for the koi ponds.
Yeah.
Obviously, they doesn't touch the water. It's just by laser.
Yeah.
So
just like if you want them to breed, just try and lower the temperature a bit when you do your water change.
25-30% cold water change. That's usually enough to do it. Just a few degrees.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll. And then also, if you notice if you get the weather report, and you notice if you have a rainstorm in the forecast, do that then, and that will increase your odds by about 30 to 40 more %.
Yeah, that's like what they say with the tetras as well. Like, dropping the temperature, putting the blanket over the top of it to darken the tank off, because then it kind of simulates the when they get the Amazon rainforest downpour. because obviously with all the large tree canopy, when you get the downpour, it goes pretty dark.
Yes.
So I've heard some people saying actually putting a blanket or something like that over the tank for X period of time. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like 48 hours or something.
I know the barometric pressure plays a lot with the breeding of the fish too. When the pressure drops, that's usually a good indicator to kick them into gear. I noticed that, especially with my African cichlids here, when the storm starts rolling in, they're circling almost immediately and breeding, and the females are dropping eggs immediately, picking them up in their mouth, and it's like every time we have a rainstorm here, I end up with holding females left and all the way down the line here with all these African tanks I got along down this line here. They're all, I think every single female I have right now is holding, and I just don't have any tank space for the fry. I mean, if I had an outlet for them to sell them, I could make some really good money off these beautiful fish, but nobody wants African cichlids anymore.
I know how it changes all the time. You know, you get your like any of the fish in general, you always get your
cycle. It's like a cycle.
You get your cycles, but you also get your enthusiasts, where they only will want to keep your cichlids, or they only want to keep angels, or they've got their preference and that's what they stick to. So there's that. So on that side, you'd really want to find yourself someone that loves cichlids and wants to only keep cichlids,
right?
And then then you got yourself a good foot in the door.
It'd be interesting. It'd be really great if I could just forecast what the trends are going to be. Then I would know what to work with.
If we could do that, you could share that information.
That would be great.
A lot of us would greatly appreciate that.
Yeah, that would be like winning the lottery, really.
If you could give us like six to 8 months pre-schedule, so we can get our tanks cycled and the fish in nicely, be greatly appreciated.
Talking about the lottery, I wonder if I won.
I bought a ticket for the Mega Millions. I never did check my ticket, so I don't know. If we come back on Wednesday and you see like 30 more tanks down here, you know that I hit. I'll have all my stands built. Everything will be set up.
No, we'd soon know when those 3 tanks behind you have gone and there's just one 12-foot tank.
Yeah, that's right. I'd love to have a nice big it'd be nice to have like a 12-foot, 500-gallon tank down here. Maybe 2 feet wide, about 20.
And what would you stock it with? Would you go with volume, or would you go down the line of the larger fish?
That's hard to say, really. With a tank that size, you can do larger fish, or you could just do like I don't know. You could go so many different ways. What I could do? I would like to do that Lake Tanganyika biotope that I was talking about. You could have shell dwellers, rock dwellers, maybe a frontosa or 2. I know they would eat. It'd be like an environment where there'd be predation going on and stuff, but there'd be so much fish in there that it'd be like an actual biotope, really.
Yep. So Craig's Catfish Cave says he's won $11.
Hey, nice! Congratulations, Craig.
I think the most I've won is about $100.
Okay.
Luckily for me, though, that was quite a well opportune moment to do it, because it was a day before Christmas Eve, and I was just about to go Christmas shopping.
Oh.
So it was a case of, everyone's getting extra presents.
That's nice. That's always a nice thing.
So did you get your the aerator, the 125 internal filter?
Yeah, it's not exactly pumping out the air, though. I don't know whether the little sponge in it's too much. or what, but it's not actually. It's you can see the bubbles.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but they're not exactly pushing out. Like you see it coming out about that much, and then it's just flow. Granted, putting it on there has really boosted the surface movement, because obviously you're going from X size hole to even smaller because it reduces it, so you're getting more velocity in there to the point where you can now see the plants at the bottom slowly actually moving, which is what I wanted. Because I don't want the plants just sitting there. I want them to actually have some movement in the tank. That's what the whole idea for me to have the plant in tank.
You know the little black bit which goes on the end of your airline. Take it off.
Well, just leave it and just let it just naturally just suck the air in.
Yeah, looking at mine now, I haven't got mine attached to it.
Anonymous, thank you so very much. That's very, very kind. Wow. Thank you so much.
Jeff just won the lottery.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's very, very kind and generous. Thank you so much.
This is where I need Jeff, this is where I need that button. I want to press that sound button.
Right.
So yeah, Andrew, I'm not sure if you know if you've heard about doing it, but I was looking obviously earlier on when you was doing your bingo.
Yeah.
You can add, if I've sent the link to Jeff at the website, but if you go onto online soundboard, you would be able to get the duck quack or other sound effects. And then when you're in stream, when you're in StreamYard, you go down to where it says add music. You can add your sound clips there, and you can literally then just scroll through. And whenever you want to play a sound clip, you can just press that, let it play, and then turn it off.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, one of the things that I'm looking at doing is moving away from StreamYard.
Well, going with something like OBS.
Yes. So I do bingo during the week, and I use Streamlabs for that.
Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah. And although it's harder to bring people in, you can do it, but
you can, but
the other stuff that you can do, it's just so much more flexible.
Well, that's where all my overlays packages are all. They're all set on OBS. All my ones, all my koi ones, my tropical ones that I'm making at the moment. They're all there, but they're all laid out for OBS platform because it's the single camera, like how you had your web CCTV. I've got one made up where you'd have your webcam top right corner, and then you'd have your CCTV or whatever you want to show in the middle, and then you've got your chat box.
Yeah.
And you've got a nice display behind you and things like that.
So much more flexible on what you can do.
Yeah, and you've got all your alerts as well. So you'd have your custom alert messages pop up. And
I like how you do the picture-in-picture, Shane, when you have like a little square, you have you, and then you have another picture. That's the OBS, right?
Yeah.
You can do it with Streamlabs.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, you can do it with Streamlabs as well. You can't do it with Streamlabs.
No, with StreamYard, I mean.
Yeah.
Even with StreamYard, yeah. But I don't know whether you can. I can, but mine's a paid version.
Yeah. So let me just show you. I can just pull up one of my koi one that I've got. This is going to be for fish cam when I get going. Mainly in summertime. I can scroll through all this massive files. I need to really sort all these files out. There's old videos and everything all
Tell
over
me
the
about
place. We've got all these intros.
The second you delete them is when you want them.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm just going to get like an external external SSD, SSD, like a 2 terabyte or something like that. Once I've uploaded a video, move it straight to the SSD.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a network drive which has got 4 terabytes.
Mm-hmm.
But even that's filling up.
Yeah.
Once you start doing 4K video.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, once you start hitting the 4K.
I was thinking of getting I was looking at on Amazon the other day, and had a webcam with a built-in micro. It looks like it's got very good reviews on it. I'm thinking about trying that with the laptop next week to see if that would work on the stream.
The beauty of Amazon is you can order it, and if you don't like it, just send it back.
Okay. I think I'll go ahead and order that then and try it. Maybe I'll have it for next. Maybe test it out over the time here. Ooh, look at that! Those are your koi, aren't they?
No, it's just the generic one I bought.
Oh, okay.
So you'd have in the top right, you'd have your webcam.
Yeah.
In the middle, you then have your whatever you want to show, and then you've got your chat, obviously, bottom left, bottom right, and obviously you can change it where it's got like new donation, new bits, and things like that. You can just scale it so that that's not there.
Oh. Nice.
So yeah, that's one of the options, but I don't know whether if this one, which is just the screen, I don't know if it stopped. It did stop. I thought because I was sharing the screen, it might have, allowed me to show the next one without having to actually resend it. So that's good to know. But then I've also got this one, which we could possibly use within StreamYard.
Yeah.
Because you've got your main screen and then chat. So you could potentially have that as your background drop and have all 4 or how many you have in the middle box.
Right.
So that's the other one I was thinking of using. And obviously I've got the alerts as well, where it comes up with like a koi on lily pads that says new subscriber and all of that kind of stuff as well.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I've been using OBS for the last near on 10 years.
Is it
fair? So you basically OBS, you know that inside out.
Yeah.
Is it difficult for you when you started, Shane, with the OBS, or was it pretty?
OBS, not so much. OBS was pretty damn straightforward.
Okay.
Streamlabs was pretty straightforward, but the only thing with Streamlabs is it's more CPU prominent, so it will use your processor a hell of a lot more. Where with OBS, it relies more on your GPU, your graphics card.
Oh, okay.
So that then, because that's on OBS is using your graphics card, it allows the processor and the RAM to be more open, so you can actually put more into it, because the main bulk of it itself is being run by the graphics card. So yeah, there is that.
Nice.
But the funny thing is,
I pick up little bits and pieces here and there about all this. It's kind of like interesting.
It's like when I first did bingo, Jeff. I was struggling with the the processor and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, you know, I mean, although I've run it on StreamYard tonight, the things that I wanted to do with the Vingo, I couldn't do with StreamYard because Chrome was just locking everything up. Everything was run through Chrome, you see.
Yeah, it will do because it's running through Chrome, so it's running through the processor.
Yeah.
So then when you're trying to put more on it, unless you're running something like a Ryzen 9 10900K, which are ridiculous priced,
yeah,
you're going to run into that issue. You know, predominantly most people are running Ryzen 5, 7, maybe mid 5s, 7s, and you get the odd people that are running the lower end 9s. Cinders, how you doing? Hope you're having a great evening.
Hello, Cinders.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, I mean, I'm running Ryzen 3, but there's plenty of memory for it to play with. And the graphics card is quite I can't remember what the graphics card is, but it's certainly not going through the CPU to do the graphics.
Yeah, so I'm running the Ryzen 5 3600 because they were on special offer when I got mine. A good friend of mine and one of my moderators on one of my gaming channel that was on a different platform, they actually brought me a 3050 graphics card.
Yeah,
because I was using a 1050 for 4 or 5 years. And they were like, no, your graphics are starting to lag now on your streams. So they were like, have this. So because they were upgrading theirs, they were like, fine, have an extra upgrade. We'll send one to the UK.
Yeah.
Hence why the mic.
I found a big difference with mine when I swapped from a hard drive to the M3 SSD to run the operating system. There was a huge difference.
You mean the M.2?
Yeah.
Like the little sticks onto the motherboard?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, the NVMe's. Yeah, I absolutely love mine.
Yeah.
Because an M.2 runs at, if I remember correctly, 4 times faster than a standard SSD.
Yeah.
So that means they're running 6 to 8 times faster than a normal hard drive.
Yeah.
So I run my Windows boot up off of one M.2, and then everything else runs off the second M.2.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, what CPU are you using again?
Ryzen 5.
I'm a Ryzen 3.
i3?
i3, that's Intel. We're actually both running AMD.
AMD, yeah. That's what I had back in. I had the AMD Athlon back in the day, and then right now on my this laptop I have here, it's the i3 Intel. It's a weaker, you know, but it should be good enough for the stream, I would think.
Yeah.
I
can't see why it couldn't
upgrade
for the stream.
I'm gonna upgrade eventually and get a nice big monitor so I can get rid of this thing after I get my glasses too, of course. But
yep.
Yeah, it's all a work in progress.
Yeah, it's all a bit slow, bit by bit of, you know, slowly.
Little increments of improvement. Yep.
Shane, that sounds very expensive. It's not too bad. Minus the graphics card, I think the build with what I had originally was about $650 for the tower. We won't go into the microphones and all the monitors and everything like that. As
well, I mean, I must admit your microphone does sound good.
It does.
Yeah, I'm running it on a Shure MB7.
This is interesting here. Tommy's saying I'm barely better on an i5. It's too slow for me. Well, the thing of it is, Tommy, you work so fast. I think anything would be slow for you.
Yeah, I think Tommy really needs a Ryzen 9 or an i9, like an Calder Lake processor.
Now, I have a laptop upstairs that has an i7.
I would potentially be thinking about using that one over your other one.
Yeah, because I just need to take it in to have some repairs done on it because I'm having a hard time getting it to turn on for some reason. I know I have it plugged in and whatever. I mean, it has the power, but it just doesn't bring.
That could just need a new battery.
Yeah, maybe. So I'm going to take it.
The battery's not getting enough power, so.
Because if I can get that to work, I think it's got a nice big 17.5-inch monitor too, which is a lot bigger than my phone, of course. So I'm doing this on a phone that's only about this size here. So that's when I had to pull this bad boy out and to read the chat. Mm-hmm. But a nice big monitor like that, have a decent webcam on it. I think it would.
Well, this webcam's actually dropped in price quite a lump.
Yeah, they're reasonable. They're reasonably priced.
Yeah, these ones used to be like $130, but I think you can actually pick them up now for about $70.
Yeah,
60, 70, and they're still in the top 5.
Nice. Yeah, that's something that I would definitely be interested in getting. And a nice microphone too, because I know that my audio is really bad. I've watched like a day or two from now, I'll be watching the replay of this, and I'll hear myself, and I'm like,
yeah. But it's like I've said to you before, Jeff, and I've said it many, many times. Mm-hmm. Nobody likes to hear their own voice.
Well, it's not so much.
I don't.
It's just the quality.
Whenever I watch a video back, I always hate my voice.
But your guys, all three of you, your voices come across loud and clear. And I listen to myself, and it sounds like I'm talking through a tunnel. I'm not sure how it's coming across to everybody out there, but
I can hear echo on mine.
Craig said, "Don't listen to yourself."
Yeah, but when you came into the studio, do you go into your settings and make sure the echo cancellation is ticked?
Yep, it's ticked, and I have the microphone all the way up too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have that. Let's see here. I do. And it says here, you guys all sound good. Jeff is a little low, but I can hear you. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's what it is. It's always a little bit low, and I suppose if I had a microphone like on my lapel where I could just clip it here, it would probably make a lot of difference.
That was just what I was going to say, Jeff.
A little lapel mic would work.
I don't know where it's gone. I see that one around there somewhere. And I say it's quite a good one. I had it plugged in the other month up here, and I walked all the way to the koi house on a call, and they could still hear me crystal clear. And that's like 130, 140 feet away from the house, going through the walls, down the stairs, into the kitchen, and then out the garden.
Curtis is saying, Shane, share your phone to a TV, and then you can have whatever screen you want. Huh. Suppose I could get a TV down here, maybe, but
yes, you can.
I'd definitely be able to see the screen a lot better. I can tell you that.
Yeah, there's also other programs I'm looking into on your behalf. I'm going to be testing. Obviously, I've used them in the past with like gaming and whatnot. Like, they're more different bots, but you got, especially with like you're going down the line of OBS, you've got obviously MooBot, which is just a large chat box. So if you had that on your TV, it's a nice size chat. Because I used to have just that open on the side. So when I'm here and I was doing whatever stream, I can still see the chat nice and clear out the side.
Says here, you to sound like Craig, smoke like a chimney, and yell at the dog 23 hours a day.
Just going back, Jeff was going on about his laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the laptop I've got is Lenovo i7. 16-inch. That's good. I mean, the only thing that I've had go wrong with it, I've only had it since when did I get it? Just looking at the date on the email, November, end of November, and
What, last year?
Yeah.
You know, I actually did an impersonation of Craig once a while back, but I tell you what, I tore my throat up just trying to sound like him a little bit. It was.
That sounds to me what could have been an onboard. Because obviously, things with the laptop is they do have their onboard graphics card.
Yes.
So it could be something to do with that. Brother,
Like
I'll speak to you in the morning, mate.
Have a great evening, my friend. Thank you.
Take care.
In 8 hours. Okay. Take care now.
But even with the laptops now, that the memory, you can't upgrade it. It's soldered to the board.
Yes. HP is basically nowadays is Dell.
Yeah.
You know, Dell bought out Hewlett Packard. So you can't.
Oh, they bought out Hewlett Packard?
Yeah, Dell bought out Hewlett
That's
Packard.
the type I used to buy all the time was the HPs.
Yeah, well, Dell now own them. So obviously, because of that factor, you cannot self upgrade on them because they've always been known when they build their systems, they build it that you can't put other components with it.
Have you seen the sites where you can actually buy every component? You can actually build your thing. You get the casing. You can decide what CPU you want, what cooling unit you want. All that
from
stuff.
like a desktop?
Yeah, you can build your own desktop. That's what I'd like to do.
I used to do
That's
it a
what I
long
do.
time ago. Yeah.
That's what I've done.
That's what you
Well,
do.
that's basically what my system is here. The only
Is
thing
that
that I buy
like-
is laptops.
Because every time I check those sites out, they start out with a beginning price before you even start adding the components.
That's because that's for like their basic style of that system.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then if you say you go on there and they're like, okay, it's 800, but it comes with a NVIDIA 2080 or a 2060 graphics card. You can keep the same processor and everything, but just upgrade that from a 2200 series to the 300 series or even the 40 series. Next thing you know, you're into $2,000.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'd like
Because
to
that
be able to- I'd
graphics
like to be
card
able to-
itself is $1,500.
Yeah, because I wouldn't need like the top of the line graphics card or nothing like that. I'd like to have something that's decent, but it doesn't have to be cutting edge. I mean, I'd like to have like a good CPU unit, and a good cooling unit, and then the graphic card can be, middle of the road. But if I could build a nice machine for around $700-800, that would be nice.
Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. I could put that together on Amazon and it'll be less than 700.
Well, on Amazon, there's a area to do that.
No, just buy this on Amazon.
Oh, I see. I see.
So when I was talking with Cinders, we were talking about it, and I managed to build a kind of a good system for that, and $650.
Wow. Nice. Now, did you have to actually do the work yourself, putting it together, or did somebody else?
I will do.
Oh, you did that. Okay.
We will do that. I've built 3 now of my own. So the one I'm using now, I built. I've got another case in there I've already got a power supply. So in time, I could potentially build that other PC and then run a dual system, which, as Andrew knows, is very handy when it comes to streaming. I mean, you can have, OBS running off one system and then everything else going through the second. It just makes it run so much smoother. That's when you can really start to overload it and up all your bit rates and everything to get high quality.
Yeah.
Nice.
So where are you buying your components from?
Amazon.
You're mainly buying from Amazon. When you must admit, I mean, I used You heard of CCL?
Yes.
Yeah, CCL are literally 2 miles away from me.
Well, that's handy.
Yeah. Well, no, it used to be handy. Now they don't have you can't walk in and buy the components off them.
Oh, they're trade now.
You've
Only
got
have
to
to be a
order. It's all
company.
online. Yeah. But
Now they're just a distribution office.
yeah. Well, I knew CCL when they were used to be basically just worked from a wooden shed. Are you talking when they had the 386 processors? That's going back a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Start with a chassis and a power supply. Hence why I've got an open back case in a box, just over there.
Yeah.
And in a bag, just behind my monitor, I've got a spare Corsair 650 power supply. So I've got my power supply and my chassis there, ready to go.
So what screens are you using then? Are you using 4K screen?
So no, this one is a Asus.
Yeah.
On a 1 millisecond rate. So it's only a 60 hertz. But it's at 1 millisecond response time.
Yeah.
And then that one.
But that's mainly for your gaming side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where this one is the 20. So that's a 21, that's a 24, but that's curved. So if I'm just relaxing off stream and I'm doing like any of my racing games or anything like that, then I use the curve because it just gives you that better, more field of view.
Yeah.
So when you're actually getting into the races and things like that, it just you can feel the corners more. Like with your eyes, you can judge the bends a lot more easier.
I like the real-time strategy games too. Those are fun. I love playing those.
So you're going for a triple?
Yeah. That's what
I would like to get a triple, but I want to get one of them.
The middle one is a 4K monitor.
Yep.
And
I tell you,
thank you.
The two side ones are just HD monitors.
Good night.
Yeah, I want to get one of them ones I can turn. You know what I mean? Ones where you put them in the bracket. You can either have the monitor the normal way, or you can actually turn it and have it on the side so that you can just have chat just there.
Yeah. These will go on the side, but I prefer them as they are.
I'd be satisfied with one, Rebecca. Right now, all I got is my phone.
Yeah, 2 monitors are useful in general. Yeah.
I reject
especially for like supporting you guys as well. You know, I could be live, see someone drops a video, and go right. Okay, let's just put that over there, mute it so it doesn't come through with there, and then flick through, and then be like, okay, there's some points there that caught my eye. Once the stream's done, I'll go back and I'll rewatch it, but with the sound on. That's what I've always done.
Nice.
So you always get that view, and then I watch it the second time, and that's when I'll put the comment at the end.
When I see it, I jump on there and I'll hit. Like if I'm the first one on there, I'll hit first, and then if I go and I come back, watch the entire video, and then I put the comment at the end after I watch it fully, and then I'll put the comment. It might be an hour later.
You know what you can do is you can put that first in, right? And instead of then going to put a second comment in, you can just click on them 3 dots on the end.
The edit,
go to edit, and then
that's
just
what I
add
do
it.
now. Yes, that's exactly what I do now. I do the editing now, and
because I see a lot of people. They'll put first, and then next thing you know, they'll put another comment in which relates to the video. It's like you can just click on the edit. I know it's a lot quicker just to type out a new one and not go over clicking on the buttons.
Essentially, it's better for the algorithm if you get 2.
I can understand that.
I guess it wouldn't be bad either way. I mean, you probably get better the more comments you get, the more that they take.
I don't know if it takes note of how long a comment is. That would be an interesting one to find out.
That's
whether if they just take a short comment and they just see that as a okay, over a long message, and you're like, oh, okay, because they're taking the time to actually put that longer reply instead of just a great video or something like that, or keep up
the great work or something like that. Yeah,
we've all seen them in our comments,
yeah.
But then again, guys, any comment on any video is always appreciated.
I remember I did a review for Higer on a heater, and
oh yeah, talking of that,
and we were doing that. It was a great heater, still working great. And then I got a comment from somebody. It was somebody I don't really know who it is. I don't think I've ever seen him again. It says, yeah, I love those filters. It wasn't a filter, it was a heater.
Don't. So for those that have seen my channel, you know who George is, right? The big mirror carp.
Right.
It's in my main pond. The one that always comes up, always opens his mouth.
Yes.
The first ever short I put up of George opening his mouth, the first comment I got on YouTube, that's a massive catfish.
What? What do you say?
That's a massive catfish.
Massive catfish. Wow.
Yeah. And it's just George the mirror carp. But then when I said no, that's a mirror carp, they're like, no, that's a catfish. I'm like, dude, I know my fish. I've had him 16 years. I know for a fact that he is not a catfish.
It'd be like telling Arnold, that's a really nice round angelfish you got there, and it's actually a discus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful angelfish you got there. It's not an angelfish, that's a discus.
No, that's an angelfish. I've seen them online.
I don't have goldfish, the parrotfish. Oh wow,
God.
look at this. Tommy's seen a full albino rattler with a diamondback pattern.
It's about 3 centimeters wide across its back. Oh.
Where's that at?
That's got to be down in Texas.
Oh yeah, he's in Texas. I know that. You should probably sell it for a fortune.
Shit, I don't want to be going anywhere near that rattler.
Near what? What's that?
I'm not going anywhere near a rattler.
Ah.
I hear a slight rattle.
It's probably smart. See, I wouldn't be so scared of them, but I'd keep a little distance from them.
You'd be looking for that stick. You know what I mean? It's like, where's that stick? Snap it so I've got a V, and just in case it comes at me, I'm just gonna get back.
Oh wow. Okay. Here he says right here, I know who it is now. That's Pile Aquatics. He has the killifish channel, and he also does reptiles. It's
okay. Personal. This is personal snake. He gives the state.
Raising it and protecting it.
Ah, nice. I was gonna say, if I see that in real life, I'm running. If it's in captivity, that's not too bad, because things can be adjusted, shall we say, for having them in captivity. Because I believe if you have them in captivity, don't you have to remove the fangs, like the gland or something like that? You remove the venom.
What they milk them is what they do.
Yeah,
they put them through like a. I don't know if it's like rubber on a jar or something, and they press on the glands on the top of it, and kind of milks them out.
Yeah, it drains them out, and they do that every so long, because obviously it will reproduce it. So you have to do it over a period of time, I do believe.
There's a place in Wales where they actually produce the anti-venom from snakes.
Yeah. And what they have to do is they have to go in and drain them to then create the anti-venom.
You can't remove the glands in the UK legally.
Yeah.
For those types of fish. I've seen some crazy people on YouTube here that have even like a king cobra with full venom, and they'll be handling it. Or it would be, they'd be in front of it, and it would be, going around like this, and they'd grab it. But I tell you, they're really taking their lives in their hands trying to play with those things.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, I've seen some of them videos where they've got like a 25-foot albino python with them, and they're just literally walking in the Walmart with it. Just literally round its neck and then just like doing their shopping.
That sounds like Arnold going to the beach.
Curtis saying snakes are good eating. I heard they taste like chicken.
You know, a lot of things taste like chicken. Wild rabbit, crocodile,
Turtle.
snake, apparently, turtle, apparently. Yeah, a lot of things taste like rabbit. Whoever that
Snakes
first.
like chicken. That's what Burke's saying too. Whoops.
Yeah.
Right there he is.
A lot of things taste like chicken, apparently.
I'll stick to chicken for tasting like chicken. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think I could. Well, I suppose if I was starving, I'd probably be. You know, you eat.
Yeah, if you was out in the sticks or out in the wild, and you had to survive.
You're hungry,
then,
you'd eat it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're never in that position to have to do that, though.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It wouldn't be easy living that way.
No.
So why not just eat chicken?
Yeah.
Exactly that, Christine. Exactly.
Kangaroo is yummy. Ooh.
Yeah, apparently. I haven't tried it. There is apparently a couple of places in the UK nowadays where you can actually get it. Kangaroo steaks and things like that. Ostrich.
Yeah, ostrich. They're
They're
farming ostrich now and having those as food. I've seen those available once in a while.
Yeah, I've seen ostrich burgers in the shops, like even in Waitrose. I've seen ostrich burgers.
And buffalo's starting to come back here in our grocery stores. A lot of buffalo meat.
Mm-hmm. Venison's a good one as well.
Yeah,
I do agree.
They don't sell the venison in the stores, but they are selling the buffalo now.
Mm-hmm.
But venison is.
I've always got venison over here.
Buffalo jerky. Get me some of that too while you're at it, Curtis. I love beef jerky, so I know the buffalo would be fantastic.
Yeah, I believe that is called biltong. When I used to work in the butchers, we used to have some in. I used to get the packets in. And that stuff was pretty nice. Quite strong.
Nice.
But that was getting shipped in from South Africa, if I remember correctly.
Ah. Well, gentlemen, what time do we have here anyway? I haven't even seen the time.
2 hours.
Oh, okay, we've been going for quite a while.
Yeah,
Probably
to me, we'll probably stream for an hour afterwards.
What's that?
You said to me, we'll stream for an hour.
Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry it goes a little longer. I was enjoying myself, but
Yeah.
It was your fault because you said you were going to stay up until 1
When did I say that?
on your stream.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
you said I'm going to probably stay up until 1, quarter to 1, buddy.
I don't know how I'm going to do the 24-hour.
Starting about
Dropping off now.
starting about food and get me not to comment.
Plenty of this.
Oh, coffee.
Yes. I'm going to have to sort myself out a little coffee machine up here.
Yeah, you can actually get a Makita one. Did you know that? It's a little portable battery one.
Oh yeah.
I was going to put one in the koi house.
I tell you one thing. I've only had 2 cups of coffee today. 2.
We had an electric cooler box. But it's a bit warm where I am. And so I thought I'll put the beer in the cooler box. And I think it was up here for about 2 days. Packed up.
Overheated.
I wonder if
I had a look at the circuit board, and yes, it just burnt out.
Is Keith still in the section? Do you know, Arnold? I'm sorry, excuse me.
What's that?
Do you know if Keith is still in the chat?
What, Aquatic Fanatics, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still
Yeah.
here.
Oh, is he?
Oh, it was.
You had a question for him, didn't you, Arnold?
Did I? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, Keith, if you're there, would you type something in the chat, please?
Keith,
There's
make yourself known.
Oh, he's
Here we
there.
go.
Okay.
I'm here.
Arnold had a question for you.
What's your favourite washing machine?
You know.
You know.
What is your favorite type of washing machine?
Oh dear.
Oh my.
That was correct, wasn't it? Or was it? What else was I meant to say?
Adam would be laughing his head off right now.
He's gonna kill me. He's gonna absolutely kill me.
See, I haven't spoken to him, so I can get away with it. The first thing is actually engagement he sees from me is that graphic that I sent to you just as a piss take.
Oh, that was hot point. Oh
That
dear.
is the correct answer.
That is the correct answer. Yeah, hot point.
I thought you'd enjoy that. I had that set up with Arnold to do it.
I'm going to have to use that as a question next week.
Oh, do it, Andrew, please.
Do it.
That's right.
Well,
Everybody gets it right around you.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, we've done some fun stuff in the past, me and Jeff. I don't know if you've seen some of the earlier ones, but you know the James Bond intro where they've got the gun barrel.
Let's see.
Oh yeah.
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 Do you still have that on yours?
I think it's on YouTube somewhere.
Oh, okay.
You'd have to scroll back for it because that would be quite a while ago.
We have to add that clip into the brand here.
You just gotta be careful on the music.
Oh yeah.
As long as you only play 10 seconds.
Oh,
I
10
think
seconds.
you
Okay.
can get away with it.
It's a bit longer than 10
all right.
seconds.
Hello, Anita. I'm seeing Adam. What does he say here? I'm wanting you to.
I'm
Washing
seeing
machine
Adam in
window.
the washing machine window.
When you guys were talking about those wash, I was like, what in the hell are these guys talking about? And then
See, if I had the
replay
actual
of it.
program where I could do it, I would have actually set it up where I would get the washing machine to spin and just copy like Adam's face off of one of his videos and put it inside the washing machine so it was just spinning.
I'd say it'd make a
that'd be
wave maker. It would make a great wave maker in an aquarium, a big tank. Put it on the spin cycle and away it would go.
Clay are certainly active tonight. And you, normally I'm asleep, so I wouldn't see them.
Yeah, but then again, it's quite, I don't know what it's like for you, but it's quite muggy up here.
Yeah.
I'm sweating down here, guys. In the bay, it's usually nice
Well,
and cool down
you
here.
can see it on top of my forehead when the light hits my head.
Oh yeah, I'm hot. It's hot here.
It's
It got up to near 90 today over here in Michigan. It was hot. Something spooked up. Okay. Whew, yeah. But do you think we should wrap it up, guys? Because I should get around and fix the wife some supper. And I know it's getting late for all you guys.
Nearly 1 o'clock.
Nearly 1
o'clock.
o'clock.
Really?
Yikes.
Only
Well,
early for us.
I appreciate you guys staying up so late for this. It was
that's all right.
a great time.
Yeah, always fun. I
Really
appreciate
fun.
everybody sticking out and coming to hang out with us as well. Thank you very much. John.
We'll be doing it to do it again sometime soon.
Yes.
Absolutely.
As I say, we'll have to have a chat as well. If my, I'll probably try and do a midweek stream just to test all my commands and everything out and see how it works. And then if it all works fine, then we can go through there and sort of look it out. But yeah, so I've been using OBS and Stream Elements for 8 years. I'm just trying to go through all the different features to bring it in. Like, I know there's one feature on Stream Elements called basically they name it as like Copenhagen or something like that. But I know if you set that up as an overlay and you put that over this screen, whenever anybody in chat was to put in any emoji, it would actually bounce the emoji over the screen.
Yeah.
As well. So I know there is lots you can actually do with Stream Elements itself to OBS.
Aquatic Fanatic UK is asking, did anyone see Aquarium Delirium short? I have no idea how tall he is, to be honest with you. I'm not sure. He could be 3 foot here. I don't know, 5 foot. I don't know. I've never met him.
Jeff, that was almost as good as your. I hope you're keeping an eye on him. To Arnold.
Yeah. Right. No, I haven't seen that. I've been busy today.
No, if that was the one where he puts the multiple clips together, it's a great shot.
Oh, I think I've seen that one. It's about a week ago.
Where he's doing the small tank.
Yeah.
That really stood out.
Yeah, he put a lot into that short.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I appreciate everybody's, as I say, coming and hanging out.
Absolutely. It's been a great time.
Any new subscribers to any of us, thank you very much.
Yes.
Well, I checked mine. I'm still the same.
I haven't checked mine.
Who's here already subscribed to you, Andrew, I believe.
Yeah.
Everybody's been in here.
What's that? What's that, Jeff?
I said I think everybody who's in here is already subscribed.
There's always a few extra.
Yes.
There's
always the thing of it is that it's not so much the new subscribers. I just love to see everybody coming in here and talking.
Yeah, exactly.
The camaraderie, and everybody's talking about fish. Talk about other things too, but primarily a fish channel. But it's always nice to have I love to see the banter out there in the audience. Out there talking to each other.
Yeah. So I just thought I'd actually just check mine out, and thank you very much for the subscribe. Empire of Dirt Aquatics.
Oh, excellent.
Nice to have you with us.
Jeff Kane, he's a great guy.
Yep, that is Jeff Kane.
Yep,
I don't even know if I'm subscribed to you. I think I subscribed to your other channel. That's Koi.
Oh, that's right. We have did we put those links up? Birds Koi and also the tanks and fish.
Yeah, Gord's already done that.
Gord's already done that. Okay.
Yeah.
Gord's on it, of course he is. If it's not Gord on it, then it would be.
He's a top man, I tell you. That's why he's a fantastic. All the mods are fantastic.
And you need a few subscribers, don't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, and also remember, Melvin, I'm shipping those fish out on Tuesday, so you'll be getting them next week between Wednesday and Saturday. Sometime in that time period, you'll be getting them. As long as the post gets it there and they don't lose it. There we are. Okay. There's Andrews. If you're not subscribed to Andrew, please do. I came for some empathy. Thank you, Fish Fan. Oh, was always welcome here, and it's I seen they did a unboxing from Jeff Kane. They got some really fantastic fish, and Juanita did a unboxing. Juanita and Ed did an unboxing, and it was really great. So
who just pressed the thumbs up? Who did it? I saw that. I saw it pop up over Jeff's face.
Oh, well, thank you. I didn't see that, but
I saw it earlier in the stream.
See, I don't know whether it's only one of us can do that or whether it shows up, because the only time I've seen it happen is when someone from the panel's done it.
Oh,
So I wonder.
I'm not sure how it
Well,
happened.
I've just done a thumbs up on one of your shorts.
No, it was come up on here.
Okay, up on the screen, on the screen here. Oh, I didn't see
I
it.
wasn't. I'll be honest. When I saw it earlier, was when Jeff had his magnifying glass up.
Yeah, that's what just happened just then. He had his magnifying glass up and it come up with it.
Yeah. So
Oh, hang on. Sometimes there's a certain thing you can put in.
What Jack does. Yeah.
Yeah, and depending on what hand signals you do, it comes through as in the emoji. It picks it up through the cameras.
Oh no, we lost 5 of the swordtails. They jumped out of the tank last night. Oh yeah, they need a lid. They do need a lid. Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
See, I don't know if anybody else has used them as well. Instead of using like so I know some people don't like they want to have the lights over the top of the tanks, right?
Yeah.
But they've got a solid tank, like a solid lid. Has anybody else gone down the line of using a reptile lid?
Oh, like a screen top. Yeah, that'd be nice. That would work.
I've advised somebody before in North Carolina because they got a strip light, but obviously their lid was a solid one. So I was like, just go and get a reptile lid. And you've got that mesh to stop them from jumping, and then your light can just go on top and just shines through nicely.
That is a great idea. Yeah, I've got my wild type, but they have to have
Arnold's
really
brain's
tight.
going on that one.
You are?
You looked like your brain was like, huh? Reptile lid? Where are they?
Yeah.
You don't want the bearded dragons to get out.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
There you go. Silver Creek turned around and said, I have a reptile lid on my Shiner tank.
Oh, yeah. Are those the rainbow shiners that you got, Tommy? PVC pipe and networks also. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Andrew looks like he's really fighting to stay awake now.
Oh, yeah. I really...
He's going to do a Graham in a minute.
I was just about to say I'm going to end up doing a Graham here.
We enjoyed Andrew's stream, and now we're done with this one. We had a long stream. It was like this.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
The thing is, it still thinks I've got footage of it.
Oh no. Well, mates,
Just
thank you
very
very
different.
much. We'll wrap it up here, huh?
Always a pleasure.
It was a really a fun time. I enjoyed it, and everybody out there in the chat, and if there's any replay crew that watches, thank you so very much. Also.
Yep.
And Curtis and
someone...
Tommy and.
Go on.
Oh, go ahead. And this isn't the Aquatic Addicts Anonymous. But you can still feed your addictions.
Oh, you can always feed your addiction.
Feed your addictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did get a subscriber, so whoever it was, thank you.
You did an impression. Great impression, Andrew. Who did you do? Oh, you were Graham. That's right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, thank you, gentlemen, and thank you,
At least I
everybody.
won't scratch your ball.
Thank you so much, and have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
Yep. Have a great weekend, everybody. And
Good one.
Thank you, Andrew, and thank you, Arnold. Thank you very much, Shane. You guys.
No worries. And for those who that have subbed over on Hearts Koi, I'll see you at 2 p.m. my time tomorrow.
Yes. We'll all get back with it. All right. Thank you so much, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was